These niggas ain't on, but I'm on. Yeah, my niggas, they ball. Like LeBron, run him down, make him fall. With the chrome, rolling up in them stalls.
And we have a very special guest in the building. We have LB Spiffy. How are you doing, boss?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm lit, man. I'm turned. How you doing?
I'm doing great, yo. We just had Canada Day. Did you do anything fun? Did you turn up?
Of course, man. You know me and my guy Block, we shot a video.
Jeez. When can we
Canada
expect
Day.
it?
It's coming very soon, you know? It's coming
Okay.
very soon.
All right. So I know LB stands for Loyal Boss. Why did you choose that name, and what made you gravitate towards LB Spiffy as a stage name?
Well, to be honest, like it was Loyal Boss like when I was younger, but you know when I got older, I was like, let me shorten it to LB.
Yeah.
Then I added the Spiffy because I'm fresh, I'm clean.
Yeah.
You know, so I went with that. But I used to just go by LB, but now I just add the Spiffy because a lot of people are out here trying
fresh,
to
I
like,
see you.
yeah,
I see
a lot
the
of
fit.
people, out here trying to like even steal the name too. Like I seen a couple other LBs, so I just put an LB Spiffy.
Your sons. Your
Yeah,
little
for
sons,
sure,
yo.
for sure, man.
Jeez. So
For
I
sure.
know you're the middle child in the family. As the middle child in the family, did you ever expect to have a billboard in Times Square at 19 years old? Like, how special is that to you?
Man, it's like it's dreams to reality, you know. But when I was young, I always used to dream big. Like I always used to think big.
Yeah.
But like when I started getting older, like I started to think like like it wasn't actually gonna come true.
Of
And then
course.
it just boom, it just hit me. So
The grind.
it just like it just hit me like it was real. So I'm like,
Yeah, like an organic grind to the top. Now, from the billboard to let's fast forward to, let's rewind to Kylie Jenner getting on a TikTok to your song. Where were you when you find out? And like, explain the reaction to that.
yo, I seen a fan sent it to me. A fan sent it to me, and I didn't even think it was real. But then I looked on her page and I seen it was real. I'm like, whoa.
What's your first thought?
My first thought was Drake. I'm like Drake, but then I'm like, nah, it wasn't Drake. You know.
Yeah,
So then Tutu was like, I don't know, man. I was just going crazy, man. It was just lit. Like it was just. I
Damn.
posted it. It was going crazy on IG.
It must have been surreal in the sense that you've been grinding so hard. Like, I believe you dropped I Love My Gang in 2018, and then you fast forward to almost like 2019 end of it. You have arguably the biggest female star in the world fucking with your music. So big congrats to that. But you said something in one of your previous interviews that was quite interesting. You said you were more excited to have No Time, which was your first big release, hit 100,000 than you were for it to hit a million.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because like I kind of knew it was gonna hit a million because once it hit like 100,000, like then it hit 500,000. Then I already knew it was coming, but when it was 100,000, like I never expected it to hit 100,000.
100%.
Like I expected it, but like I never hit 100,000 before. Actually, no, I did actually. I'm lying, but that was my second time I think. It was my second time or my third time, but. I was happy when it hit because, like, it hit quick. Like,
Yeah.
no time, like, it went up quick, 100,000. So,
100%.
I was more lit for that.
Now let me paint a scenario for you. Were you more excited to see No Time hit 100,000, or were you more excited to see Drake bopping to your music in 2017? Which was more of an accolade to you? Because both of them is crazy, but
Drake still.
yeah,
Nah, because when I see Drake, it's like I just woke up in the morning, like like I just woke up. So when I seen the Drake thing, I was like,
Nice
is this
breakfast.
real? Like I thought it was fake,
Yeah.
But then after like the Drake one was sick still.
Have you linked Drizzy yet? Has
Nah,
he
I didn't
reached
even.
out?
Yeah, I spoke to Drizzy, but I never linked Drizzy. Nah.
Okay, well, Drizzy, you heard him, yo. He's waiting.
Yeah, soon time. Just
Feature,
not.
let's go. So there's whole lot of accolades we just spoke about. I wanna know what is up next for LB. What's the next milestone in your head that you're like, I wanna get there and I'll be satisfied when I get it? Like, that's your next milestone to get to.
Man, the next milestone.
Woo!
I have to actually be on the billboard, like the charts.
Yeah,
I have to
there
touch
we go.
charts, though. I need a couple tracks on the charts.
Okay, do you have
That's
a couple?
the next milestone.
Do you have a couple heaters in the bag that you think
man.
might do it?
I have a lot, man. I have a whole new wave, like not whole new wave, but I have a sauce coming, man.
All right.
Some drip coming.
Now, I noticed your music, you have a lot of bop and jingle to it. What made you decide to choose that style, and what made you decide that that's going to click for me and that's going to really propel me to the top?
Man, I make a bunch of songs. Like I have like so much songs, but the people around me, like whichever they're bumping to the most, I know that's the click, you know. So I just go with that. I go off the ears of people
100%.
around me, you know. So that's what I go off of mostly. But I have to make sure I like it myself too. But if a lot, it's about the air, you know. I go off the air.
100%. No, I feel that. And you actually spoke about knowing what's on and being in tune to the sound. Now, you spoke as being a young rapper in school, and you spoke about how being in school as a young rapper, you can utilize that, and it helps you staying in touch with what people are listening to and just word of mouth spreading. Talk about how you utilized being in school and popping and using people's word of mouth to spread your music. Maybe some young artists could learn something from you here.
Man, if you're in school, you gotta take that shit to advantage, because like there's so many people in your school, you know. Like versus like you start rapping like a 20 something, like an older guy, like, you know. And versus in school, like you go to school, you could go tell everybody in your class, go to everybody in the hallway, go listen to my music. There, you play in the hallway, play at school, dance.
Yeah.
You know, the next kids from next schools are listening to it too. But you know, I think that's an advantage to me. Like when you're in
100%.
school, like the word gets around way faster. Plus, everybody knows you, so everybody wants to see it. Like, anyways, just to see, just to look at
100%.
you, you know.
Now you have a lot of we'll call it sauce in your music videos. You're a very good dancer. Now growing up, I know you had a lot of dance related opportunities, and you're actually a big baller. What made you choose rapping over basketball? And I know you had dancing opportunities or dance ventures. What made you decide? Okay, rap. This is the one that's gonna click.
Yo, I lied. I just been like switching from back and forth when I was younger still, but rap, like I always wanted to do it, but we didn't have no studio or like or nothing, like no resources when we were younger, so I couldn't really pursue it.
Yeah.
But like once we started getting the little studio at Peach, you know, the little studio, we started recording and shit. We started posting our videos, and it started running up. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna start doing this. Like, you know, I'm gonna start saving my money, start grinding to get the money, and like
There you go.
investing into it, like, you know.
So you did the grind. You saved
Yeah.
your P's and
Save the
Q's and then
pennies,
invested
you know,
it.
'cause to shoot some videos is expensive at the time. Like, you know, we're like 15.
Yeah.
We had to just grind to get
Yeah,
the
come
money.
on, shop by us, Erasio. Come on, bring the
Facts.
prices down for these young
Facts.
boys a little bit. Come on now, they're grinding out here.
Facts.
Now, you have a completely different outlook to Jane Fitch in the sense that when you describe Jane Fitch, you described it as a lot of people outside, everyone's having fun, and it translates to your music videos. But as you know, in the news in the last few months, it's been a lot of drama around the city. How does a rapper like you keep having that fun and try and be involved with the community, but stay away from the drama? It's a fine line, I know.
Man, the dramas was always there. You know, it's nothing new. So it's like we're used to the drama, but you know, like the drama also brings like some experiences for you to talk about. Like, you know, it's like you just to stay out of it. You know, you just talk about it. Like show people. Like, so you know, with the music, you just show people what you know, what you're going through, what you're seeing, this, that. That's what I do.
Fair enough. So before the pandemic, you were going hard. I think you released 5 to 6 music videos. You were really pumping the last quarter of 2019, and it looked like you were saying 2020 is your sauce, and everyone kind of thought that you were next up, and you're still next up. Don't worry.
For sure.
But then the pandemic happened. Can you speak to how the pandemic affected all artists, but how did it affect your plans personally in 2020, and how are you going to bounce back from it?
To be honest, the pandemic, it was kind of crazy, but like the pandemic, I was kind of used to the pandemic because I was already like in the studio all the time, so I was already not really outside too much already. But the pandemic, when it hit, like I would say, like it made me more focused too at the same time, because you know,
distraction.
like, you know, just a time to just settle down and really like work on your sound and like things like that. So.
100%.
But the bad part about it is, like, you know, we can't do no shows and things like that.
Right.
that
Yeah,
we,
yeah. And you just came off the Risky tour,
Yeah.
and that was quite successful. Every video I saw of it, it was bopping. Now I know you can't tour right now, but say the gates open up in, let's say, hypothetically 2-3 weeks. I know they won't, but if you had a choice of anywhere to go and perform, where would it be?
Man, I want to perform at like one of those festivals, like Rolling Loud, or one of those things, like those big ass festivals. That's where I want to perform. Like, you know, with big
Of
bare
course,
people,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
That's where I'm trying to perform. Like,
Fair enough.
in
So
the
Rolling
States.
Loud.
I'm trying to go to the States or like across the country or something.
So have you
like
talked about that with your managers, like to just try and orchestrate that? Like you want to go to this because that's the next step, or like for any Toronto musician that really gets on as Pressa or as Rest in Peace Houdini, they got on and they moved south of the border, you know. So I'm sure that's something you're looking to do. Have you spoke to your manager and team about that, and when if that's a possibility?
Like what? Like what do you mean?
Like
going to the States?
to go to the States and tour once the.
Oh yeah, for sure,
That's
for
what I
sure.
mean.
We're trying to work on that too. But like we're working on these hits too, cause you gotta have those hits to go to the
100%,
States. You know, they
100%.
have to know your lyrics. Like so, we working on that.
Yeah,
we working
and
on
when you get the hits, you can see the
For sure,
analytics,
for
as you
sure.
said, and that's how you know how to
For
tour.
sure.
So let me give you a question here. I know you're next up in Toronto. Everyone thinks you're next to pop off, but I'll give you the number one spot. But if you had to pick second, third, and fourth, who do you think's behind you in Toronto?
Toronto.
Yeah.
I'll have to shout out my guys like M-Dub, Peppa Doovie, like you know the guys that are coming up.
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
my side, you know, shout out them. Like
Fair
we're going
enough.
hard right now. The whole South's taking over it.
If you could make a song tomorrow and you could collab with any Toronto artist, who would it be?
Any Toronto artists?
Any Toronto artist, yeah.
Man, I have a lot of shit with a lot of Toronto artists.
Ooh, something to come out. Give me a little drop from my interview.
Can't
Anything
even
new?
give you the drop, but it's coming. It's coming, man. It's coming.
Okay.
A lot of shit's coming.
Fair enough. Now, I'm going to paint the last picture for you here. I'm going to paint a picture for you. You're a year from now. You're on tour. You've made it. You've started doing big shows. You run into Lil Tecca. What do you say to him?
Hey, Jack in the drip. I don't even know what I'm going to say to this guy, man. I don't even have nothing to say, man. I don't do a lot of talking.
No,
man.
fair enough. And that's why I didn't want to focus the interview around it. But journalistically, I had to ask.
Nah,
So
but
why you jack the drip,
Why-
Tecca?
yeah.
Why you jack the drip?
No cap.
Okay, fair enough. Well, LB, loyal boss, I appreciate you joining me today.
Thanks for having me, man.
I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Let's do it, man. All
There's
right.
cash flow in the building.